That was pretty fun. That was Sun Demon by Stereolab off of their 2010 album Not Music. That most certainly was music. The name Not Music is a lie. I liked that. We're listening to that today because we have a song from the Magnetic Fields from 2010 up in competition today. Hi, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 64 of the Magnetic Fields Part 2 tournament today, and that is match 58 in round 2. Almost done with round 2. There's only 6 more days in the round after this. If you're new here and you're wondering what the Magnetic Fields Part 2 tournament is, let me explain. We took every single song that the Magnetic Fields released between the years 2000 and 2024, and we threw them into a single elimination style tournament. Now those songs are doing battle in head-to-head competition until one remains in the end, and that's the very best song that the Magnetic Fields released in that 25-year time span. The reason we selected that 25-year time span is that it's the latter half of their discography, which is too immense to put in one tournament. We already covered the first half in the first tournament. That's all their stuff from the 90s. We're going to be starting off today with Interlude, which was released as the second track, An Odd Place for an Interlude, on Realism in 2010. This is another one with Shirley Sims on vocals, although overall the music in this one hasn't been wowing me as much as a lot of their other albums. We'll see though. A lot of these are actually pretty good, and being track 2 means that it's early on. You want to get listeners hooked early. Its competition today is 79, Rock and Roll Will Ruin Your Life, released on 50 Song Memoir in 2017. This is track 14 on that album, so it's based on when Stephen Merritt was 14 years old, which was, of course, 1979. 50 Song Memoir's concept is that it's just a year-by-year, track-by-track album acting as a memoir to Stephen Merritt's life. Up till that point, anyway. There's a little interview in the album liner notes booklet, the lyric booklet that it comes with, and there's a little blurb on Genius.com from this interview. It's with Daniel Handler. Handler says, I noticed in the lyric sheet for Rock and Roll Will Ruin Your Life, you have a cue for a 10-minute guitar solo. Yes, I haven't edited the lyric sheets yet. There are also verses that don't exist, and vestigial verses and imaginary verses. So he had plans to have a 10-minute guitar solo in this, which would have made it easily the longest song recorded by the Magnetic Fields. Fortunately, it's only 3 minutes long. Both of these songs got buys through the first round, so it'll be our first time checking them out today. Let's get into them. Here's Interlude. was a pretty cool song. I really liked the piano in there. The vocals were pretty cool, maybe a little too high pitched, but that's just a personal preference. Um, Definitely a decent like second track for an album like that. But I don't know if it's gonna be a winner today. Let's see how 79 Rock and Roll Will Ruin Your Life compares.
Listen up, kid, Mama said, I'm gonna make you scream. When I take you backstage behind that rock and roll dream. You think it's all money, controlled substances, premarital sex and bizarre dances. You think it's all noise, a vast circus of fun. Well, I wouldn't say this to just anyone. Rock and roll will ruin your life, like your old no good Nick Dad. Kill your soul and kill your wife. Rock and roll will ruin your life and make you sad. And I mean sad. You laugh now, maybe, ha, but wait till you hear. I've got no use for groupings, too shy and too queer. The truth about drugs, well, I can't afford those. 'Cause a lot of my money flew up the circus's nose. And all that noise gave me hyperacusis. So turn this record down or it'll happen to you, sis. Rock and roll will ruin your life, like your old no good Nick Dad. Kill your soul and kill your wife. Rock and roll will ruin your life and make you sad. And I mean sad. Rock and roll will ruin your life, like your old no good Nick Dad. Kill your soul and kill your wife. Rock and roll will ruin your life and make you sad.
That was a pretty fun one. Just a conversation between Stephen Merritt and his mom, essentially, about music that he wants to make, and how it'll ruin his life. And he's like, I don't really need the groupies. I'm too queer for that. I don't really need the drugs. I'm too broke for that. He just wants to make noise, which will give you hyperacusis later. So be careful. I'm gonna go with 79. Rock and Roll Will Ruin Your Life. I thought Interlude was a good enough track, but it wasn't nearly as fun as Rock and Roll Will Ruin Your Life. That one had some cool guitars in there, the percussion was fun, and the overall story was just funny. I liked it. Like this video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it with anyone you know who might be into this kind of content, and let me know down in the comments which of these two songs you would have chosen if it were you in the hot seat today. That's all the Magnetic Fields Part 2 tournament action we've got going for the day, but please join me in just a little bit when we get done with our The Smiths tournament action of the day. Until then, I hope you all have a great night, fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.